Yo, what's up, guys? Currently at 7,500 in the world. Earlier this week, I was resetting around top 5K, but yesterday I had a really bad day. I got a little tilted, was trying to do some works, some attacks when I wasn't in the right headspace, trying to make it the most of a clan castle cake. We can see how that went. And today, these first three attacks, I was trying a new strategy out. I was trying out Yetis, so my first attack was actually with Yetis, just trying to see how good this thrower blower army would be with a different army. Um, and yeah, it worked really well. The second base was the exact same, so I'm surprised I didn't three-star it, and as a result, I got tilted. Took a break, came back, and went absolutely crazy with bowlers, and we might be up 3 trophies today. So hopefully we don't get demoted, but yeah, let's go into some attacks. I'll go chronologically, starting off with Ranger. So I had a boost and a power pancake, so that's why I used this army. So I do have max equipment for the. Oh, I don't have max warden equipment. That's a little interesting. I think that's a visual thing. And it should say I have max Yetis here. But yeah, see it's level 5. That's why I decided to go ahead and actually test them out since I don't have them leveled up and I don't feel like wasting power potions when I'm going to need it during CWL because I don't have max spells, for example. Um, but yeah, so you're going to see I try and get this value here. The Dragon Duke will get a lot of value in the direction of the center of the base, so that was around here. It's got tons of value. Um, I like to have my Dragon Duke on one side, as you'll see in my other videos, and the King and Queen on the other to really set up the funnel so the bowlers can go straight through the middle of the base. And I guess this attacks with Yeti, so it's the exact same process. And with the Heroic Torch, these Yetis will go straight through the core. Now, I do know these Yetis are pretty strong, but I do think with the Logger, uh, it might be a little bit of a counter just because when the Logger hits one of the Yetis, it'll destroy the mites that fall behind immediately. So you kind of lose some of its ability. But yeah, a little bit of an early Warden ability. Should have waited for that Ice Golem to wear off. And something you'll notice is that this Skywagon is absolutely disgusting. I was struggling a lot with Super Bowlers with the Troop Launcher, and then I just put in the Skywagon, and I was just destroying everything. Every single base that I had a hard time with, no longer had a hard time with this army. This is insane. The Skywagon just does so much damage. Like, even having it next to the Dragon Duke, um, and Dragon Duke losing its passive, it still sweeps bases. You'll kind of see it. Something I'm gonna try and do maybe next hits tomorrow is maybe start the Dragon Duke on one side of the funnel and the King Queen down here and send it to the other side of the base. That way it's still using its active ability, passive ability of being away from air troops. But we'll see, because right now this did seem to be working quite a bit. And you're gonna see now that after that attack, it's the exact same base. So a little annoyed with that, of course, a little leveled up lava launcher. But yeah, this is the exact same. And the reason I failed is I I think I activated my Dragon Duke a little too late and it went over here, so I missed some of these defenses. So this Rage Tower stayed up when on the other base it was down. Um, so yeah, at this point I'm already pretty tilted. I'm trying to do the exact same thing as my other attacks, but already things are a little bit different with the Witch luring some of my Yetis to the outside of the base, and my heroes dying way earlier than they did the first raid, just because I didn't take down the Rage Tower and I was not paying attention to all the damage here, and I should have raged early. But yeah, this is a fail. So I'm not even gonna showcase the third Yeti one because I got tilted. I got a 1 star there. But yeah, once the power pancakes were done and my heroic torch, my skewers ran out, I was back to a level 17 heroic torch, and it still does crazy. Now this is one of Itsu's bases that he showcased it a couple weeks ago, but every time Itsu shares a base, it kind of gets flooded into like lower legends, I kind of think. So I'm surprised this is in Legend 1 because this was like more for the old meta before Dragon Backpack came in, and you can see why. Like once I get that, I get one rage compartment down, and then I got my king and queen on the other side, and then my Eternal Tome can go through the second most dangerous part of the base. So that's where I usually like to send the bowlers in, because I can protect the Warden and all my troops with the Eternal Tome during like all this rage stuff. And then back in there's no rage compartment, which is pretty big in the meta right now. But because it was so close to the outside, and you know, the other one wasn't like here, for example, I was able to set up a good funnel, not too much damage on the back end. So yeah, absolutely crushed. And even with level 17 Heroic Torch, it's sliding through this base like crazy. You're gonna see like how much the Skywagon like really does. Like I put a Super Dragon in the clan castle because sometimes with the pathing of some of these bases, they try to leave a very like wall heavy core with only like one building so the troops path around it. But having the Super Dragon in the clan castle just makes sure that whatever base you're hitting, the dragon's always gonna path into the center, which is great. Especially with the bowlers moving faster with their bounces, it'll help that dragon go straight into the core. And then at this point, I have another revive. Um, Tons of troops just up here, and then yeah, this is a little bit close on the back end, but keep in mind I did have another revive, and yeah, once these go down, it's just GG's. So second Super Bowler attack, another 3-star. This base is once again maxed. It's already got the supercharges on all the defenses except for I guess the new Revenge Tower that came out. Um, but yeah, with these wall heavy bases to deter a giant arrow, it doesn't actually work with the Dragon Duke. And you'll see I get all of that value, and I don't need to invest 2 Quakes, and I don't need to invest a giant arrow. And then this side of the funnel is so easy for me to make. I put a King and Queen here. I find this strategy to completely counter the current base meta, which is insane because everyone's trying to counter against that giant arrow. But I honestly think this is way stronger because it's easier to hit and it's less counterable. So now I have the Dragon Duke already setting one side of the funnel, and then the King Queen are going to set the other, and then I can go send all my bowlers into the most dangerous part of the base, the Giga Bomb, the Rage Tower, and then I can Eternal Tome, and I'll even take out the Monolith through that. So, oh, okay, I went down here. That's interesting. I would have went up here, but I guess you can see like with that much value, it's just gone. I guess I wanted to send my bowlers through here because it's an easy path into the center, and under the Eternal Tome, I'll still be able to take care of that Rage Tower. Honestly, both will really work. But yeah, 3-star's a 3-star. So waiting a little bit on the Eternal Tome because the Monolith and the Long Shot was distracted. Now you'll see what I mean with the Dragon popping here, just being able to tank for a lot of stuff, and then we'll actually path over to the Long Shot, take it out, yep. And then I can Eternal Tome here and take up this section, and yeah, this base is cooked. I didn't encounter any loggers, I don't think, this Legend Day, and you do have to be really careful with that because they do slow down the troops with the bowler bounces, and they will kill your Warden, and then your attack's just over. But yeah, I'm just doing a bunch of totems, letting the dragon fly over those walls, like I said, and just taking out all the stuff that the bowlers wouldn't be able to. And that's really big for me because I was struggling a lot with these bowlers, especially with the low-level Heroic Torch. At the time, my Heroic Torch was level 11 and level 14, and I'm resetting like top 10k. I'm hitting all these hard bases, and I'm just really having a hard time with the base layouts. But this Skywagon fixes everything. And as you can see, I have like all these bowlers up. This base is absolutely crushed. Alright, next base in. It's actually got the Fire Spinner. Not the best. I think actually Shock showcased a base similar to this in his video today, where he went through the Town Hall. I'm not sure where I actually went. I see this Town Hall. I think this is the most dangerous part of the base, so I actually want to start on it. So my guess is I probably should set my Dragon Duke around here to get this Monolith and end up around here and put my King and Queen over here and go straight through the center. But let's see what I actually did. I'm a little curious. But that's what screams out to me, especially with a single poison. Okay, yeah, so I came down here and did it the other way around. I could have totally put my Dragon Duke here and got this center of the bases here. If I put my Dragon Duke right here, I would have been able to get all of this. So I kind of messed up the lineup, but I've been trying to focus more on pathing with the Dragon Duke in initial value, rather than trying to get too greedy in tunnel vision and go for something like this Town Hall Rage section. Since the Heroic Torch and the Bowler Bounces just like deal with clumped damage so well. But yeah, funnel set super easily. I tried to pop my King ability, I think sometime soon, to get one of these air defenses. Yeah, and I ended up missing all of it, but it ended up being alright. I like to activate my Heroic Torch after Ice Golems go down, but I think I was just hitting so much damage that I might have had to pop it early. And the reason I want to wait until the Ice Golems go down is because if your troops are all frozen during the Heroic Torch, the timer still goes, and you just waste a lot of the time. And with core-heavy bases like this with many rows of walls, you really need that Heroic Torch to get you through it all. So I had to rage a couple times just to keep my bowlers alive by freezing my, to keep those healers up, and raging at full capacity. But yeah, at this point, my bowlers will be able to just go straight through each and every single one of these layers, and that's why this Heroic Torch is so good. I slept on it when it first came out. I thought this thing was like trash, but yeah, this is amazing because the speed boost, the hit point, not the hit point increase, but the damage received is like 10% less at max level, which is insane. Swag and a revive and a freeze, and all of my bowlers are up. So what I like to do, so this is my only fail on Super Bowlers today, so I think I was like 4 attacks, 3 stars, and 1 fail, which is pretty good. Um, I'm going to try and analyze. What I like to do is, because with the Legend Timer, sometimes I get a little too eager and I just see value initially and I go straight in, instead of actually trying to take a second and look at where I should have gone. I could probably see what I went for, and I went for this. If I put my Dragon Duke here, I could have gotten a lot of this value, even the scatter, all this, and the king. Um, but it would have ended up on the rage compartment, which is okay, but that funnel's tough because I like to go directly into rage, so I could have my Dragon Duke here, but then it's going to get stuck on the clan castle, and then my troops won't really go in, and the monolith will destroy my troops. So what I think I should have done, looking at this, I actually really like this simple Dragon Duke ability right here. Going straight through this monolith, taking care of that, getting one of the sweepers down, and ending on this air defense. It'll put it right over here, and then I can put my bowlers on the bottom side near this king. And because this air defense is down, the only thing that's really going to damage my Dragon Duke are these 2 buildings, and that's going to help tank for my bowlers, so I can get through this section of the base, take care of this lava launcher a little early. I'll have my king and queen set up this, maybe a little couple bowler bounces, and spiky ball will take care of that. And with all the snakes at that point coming to the monolith, that would be a really easy pathing for Heroic Torch to go straight through the center, maybe meet up over here, revive Dragon Duke, and there's not a lot of air attacking stuff. But let's see what I did here. I think this would definitely been a 3-star, so I definitely didn't do that. But I'm guessing I probably tried to get something like this. Um, and probably didn't angle it, so if center base is here, I would probably have to put Dragon Duke here, and I can get this, and go through the center. But yeah, let's see what I did. Yeah, I went for the bottom, so that's not even going to get either of these double cannons. Not the best. Not the best there. So not a lot of value. And then once again, I'm ending on bad pathing since my Dragon Duke is going to path into a Rage Tower. So it's obviously not going to get any value on the pathing. So King and Queen could obviously take care of this, and the bowlers can go through this section a little well. But yeah, that lack of pathing is going to send my bowlers the opposite direction of the King and Queen. And it's gonna make it so all these defenses are not overwhelmed, and they're each able to take their ones, essentially. So, let's see what ended up happening. Probably should have revived this Dragon Duke a little earlier and had a totem just to help with this funnel. King Queen takes care of this no problem, like we knew it would. Heroic Torch just helped not waste time. Yeah, I remember now. This bowler came in clutch with this with this town hall, but it was taking all of my healers. And now I'm coming into like 2 fire spitters, which is not ideal. Yeah, we can already see why this is going to be a 2-star. But like, let's say I even went for like this double cannon, ricochet cannon, air defense on the bottom side and got essentially the same thing. Maybe a little bit easier funnel at the top. This would have still been a 3-star, but that was just really poor. Like, you have to remember the cone ability of the Dragon Duke, and that the backpack actually has to hit the defenses you're hitting with the blower. And those Inferno Towers don't matter as much as those double cannons and the scatter shot. So I really should have offset it and put him around here. Try to see the path it was going to take across the top of the base. It would have went through the town hall and over here. And maybe the reason I didn't do that is because that would mean I'd have to put my heroes here and then try to go straight through. With all these walls, it might have been difficult pathing. But yeah, this obviously didn't work. So, final attack of the day, a nice little 3-star. Something that immediately pops out to me is this Rage Tower. If you put the Dragon Duke here, it's going to go straight through the center of the base, so maybe like right here. It'll get all of this Rage compartment, no Giga Bomb even to worry about. And then I can get my Dragon Duke here, and then King and Queen here, and there's nothing really, just a couple defenses that'll hurt the King and Queen. So this funnel's super easy, and then the bowlers can go straight through this core, which is so good for bowlers. So that's probably what I ended up doing. Um, let's see. Yep. Oh no! Why did I wait so long? I must have second guessed myself on the placement. I thought the Dragon Duke was gonna go to this elixir storage, and the path through the center would have meant I would have got a little bit more value instead of it being there. But yeah, I completely messed that up. But you're gonna see what I mean, like how I tried to get a little less greedy with Dragon Duke and focus initially on the funnel. So the funnel is the most important to me, and you'll see why. Because even without getting that value, having it end over here and King and Queen over here, the bowlers are able to do most of the damage and do what bowlers do best, which is once they get into the core, those raged bowler bounces will clear the entire base from the center out. And that's why those bases that I really struggled with on the bowlers are those bases that have like maybe 1 or 2 defenses in the core and a bunch of walls, so the pathing is kind of tough, and that defense in the middle just starts hitting my healers or whatnot, and that's why that Skywaggon is so good. But today you're going to see that, you know, I didn't really get any of those style of bases, so bowlers were really easy, and even if they did happen, the Skywaggon would have taken care of it. But yeah, you're going to see like how good an Eternal Tome Rage Bowler core is, and it just destroys. Still have a revive left, 2 totems, a freeze, and then remember this is also without a max heroic torch, and this base is completely cooked. I think I could even swag this Dragon Duke at this point, but I think I just did this for time. And we can go into some of my tags from yesterday and see how they kind of evolved. Like even the 3-stars, how I might maybe have to change my strategy a little bit. I've actually hit the space like so many times, and every single time it's a 3-star with bowlers. So maybe this isn't the best example, but yeah, I can get the clan castle all the way deep here, which is just a show of how good it is. And then, as you can see, my Dragon Duke's on one edge, King and Queen on the other, bowler straight through the middle with Heroic Torch, just completely slams the base. And something that I was a little frustrated about, I think this is the exact same base. Yep, exact same base. So I did the exact same approach as I always do. I've never failed this base even once with bowlers, and then I did it with Yetis. I think I still had the power pancake on, but it just didn't feel the same. Maybe the base is slightly different, um, Yeah, the base is slightly different, but I mean the value I got is the same. It's the clan castle and town hall. Funnel's super easy. I put the king and queen down here, and then the bowlers should go straight to the core. But with this one, it's super yetis and maybe a little different. I don't know why I'm doing it from top side this time. But yeah, this one got me a little tilted. And so that's why I kind of like, yeah, it's because the funnel wasn't set. So one thing that I'm also trying to do a little bit better, and I don't know if you can notice from my bowler 3 stars, is if the funnel is not easy, like there's a lot of trash, I will actually let my Dragon Dukes start and work on the trash a little bit longer, and this is really helpful if your Dragon Duke's a little lower level. That way that, my bowlers won't end up pathing downward, and I also wait for my King and Queen to be placed down until I'm comfortable with the pathing set by the Dragon Duke. Because the last thing you want to happen is a split like this. So that's actually probably why I failed this attack, is because of the split, and I had to waste an overgrowth for pathing, which was a little too late, and I missed a building or two with the overgrowth. But yeah, this is a really strong strategy. It's been doing really well in war ever since we've implemented it. We're not a really great war clan. We kind of don't do that great. The highest war win streak we ever had is 5, and we're out here breaking it with tons of 3 stars now. And yeah, the any base you're gonna come across in normal mode, Legends League, CWL, you're gonna crush it with this Flame Blower combo. Um, but yeah, peace.